The time is 1939, and the first youth group ministry of Our Lady of Mount Virgin was established here in Garfield, New Jersey. Their presence was the epitome of the time,
jack-o'-lanterns,
and hope and love for the community. In this reenactment, I will be impersonating the youth leader, who was a lot like me. Wonderful, beautiful, and practically perfect.
I'm leaning towards blood. Lots of blood.
I think, they can have the eyeballs ripped out and then they can start eating them like...
The youth leader then remembered a story she had heard about this very town from 200 years ago.
Kidnapped this one girl.
A forbidden story that was never to be told again. It was the story of a man who used to live here, who went by the name of Oedipus. But this was no ancient Greek story about a man who murdered his father, married his mother, and gouged his eyes out as a result of this tragedy. Here this story goes that Oedipus, a loved and respected man of the community, had kidnapped a girl and kept her locked up in the basement. Eventually she hung herself and the secret got out. Because of his embarrassment, he would kill those who dared to mention the story, but not before he would gouge their eyes out so they couldn't see the truth. Eventually, he died, but even after, whenever anyone told his story, they would be found dead, with their eyes gouged out, spreading like the plague. And so the teens decided to use the story of Oedipus for their Halloween night. Frank and Father Kevin offered to get some props from the basement. Sophie followed from several feet behind. Moments went by, and there was still no sign of the others. The youth group leader decided to take a look for herself. She slowly walked down the steps, and when reaching the bottom, took a look around. Father Kevin? Father Kevin, you alright? She headed towards the steps, and saw Sophie's disfigured body in one of the bins.
Sophie! Help! Help! Open the door! Help! Somebody! We're dead! Open the door!
Banging and screaming, the door was locked shut. Father Kevin was still alive. The youth group leader needed to get back to him.
I'm gonna get some help. Stay here.
She could see the fear in his eyes and knew she had to find some way of getting help.
Somebody! Stop!
There stood a figure unknown to her, and by grabbing her by the head, he gouged her eyes out. A year later, a great fire consumed the house. No one knows how the fire began, but the story goes that people from the community did so in order to end the plague. No one has ever mentioned this story since then, until today, and now you know about it too.
So if you come into this place, you do so by your own risk.